Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. We gotta shine Bones Jones up every now and then.
I don't know what better tune-up fight for John Jones in the heavyweight division to get Brock Lesnar at the age of 40. I don't know any other tune-up. That's about as best as you can't get no better tune-up but taking your car to fucking Paul Cerami. Shout out to people in St. Louis if you know who Paul Cerami is.
Very, very, very good point. Very good point. All right, man. We're going to move on to some AEW news. So we talked about this. We alluded to it earlier. But a couple weeks ago, your boy Rusev.
Yeah.
The Bulgarian Brute. Using his under his real name, the best man, Miro. Debuted in AEW.
Brother Nero.
I knew you'd come. So he came out sporting a different look. He came out. So if you follow Rusev on social media, let me say this: if you don't follow Rusev on social media, you need to. You need to. I started following Rusev on social media, or Miro on social media. This is like 4 or 5 years ago. And on Tupac's birthday, he tweeted, "Machiavelli forever. That's my dude." I was like, you know what? There's something to this dude. I like him. But he came out. He came out of AEW in a Gucci fit, like not like the flashy Gucci, but the Gucci that looked like it came from Walmart.
Right.
So you know it's expensive. He had the Gucci and he had some Yeezys on.
Yep.
He dyed his hair blonde. Now, the IWC has been talking about this a lot. And I have some thoughts about this. So they've been talking about the fact that he came out and the first thing he did was take a pot shot at WWE.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I want to say before I say my piece, what do you think about that?
Here's my thing. Like, okay, if I get it that you want that's some quick heat to get by taking a quick shot at WWE. I implore that all wrestlers who are coming from WWE and going to AEW to stop doing that, because that means you're still giving them the power. Like it's 2020. We all know the stories. We all know, like we see it on TV because you're not on there. We're not on them. And I don't mean that as a disrespectful term. I mean that because you're leaving, you're going somewhere. You don't have to keep taking the shots at WWE. Like TNA was doing that shit. I'm not sure if Ring of Honor was really doing it. To me, it still just shows them that WWE is the be all end all when it comes to professional wrestling. Maybe stop doing that. Start trying to treat them like they treat y'all. Like quit giving them the power. Go on AEW and show WWE what they missed out on by busting your ass. That's what I want to start doing. Like, we know you left. We know who you are. Now prove it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to blast off. I know that's the cool thing to do. I get it. That's gonna get a rise. That's definitely gonna get a rise out the IWC. I get it, but yo, man, start showing your craft. Like, we get a whole brand new wrestling company was started based off of what has been going on in the culture of WWE.
Yep,
we get it. We get it.
Yep.
Now act on it. Start proving us wrong. Proving them wrong. Because right now you're not. No one is really. They're not.
Yep. So here's my thing as well. So they've had basically people have come in and they talk about, all right, I came from WWE basically. Hold on just a second. I'll pause real quick. Yes, that was my wife doing a barrel roll across the screen. Yes. That's what we do in this house. Listen to the episode Married Torque Sessions. You see how we get down.
Yes.
But like I was saying, man, so I think part of the thing with people coming out on AEW when they first leave WWE, I think part of it is them getting an open mic with no writers, which could be dangerous, right?
Yes.
Because they basically like, yo, go out there and say what's on your mind. Well, what's on their mind is, yes, I am fucking glad to not be over there so I could do some shit.
Right.
So the problem is, everybody says that because everybody feels that.
Right.
What AEW has to do is they have to kind of rein that in a little bit and basically say, okay, you have a live mic, but here's what you need to talk about. Fuck that WWE shit. Because the cool thing that I like about AEW, Ring of Honor does this, New Japan does this, WWE is the only one who doesn't do this, but they take everybody's shit and everything that they've done outside the walls, right, and they use that as canon. They use that as what they've come into. Kazim Fuyende, a Real Life Cast, said this on a podcast, and it made sense. He said, "Yo, it's called the WWE Universe for a reason, right? Nothing happens outside of this universe, and that's why WWE is the be all end all, because they position themselves as the be all end all. Now, I think that AEW, all these other organizations can recognize, like they did it with John Moxley and Brody Lee, where they were like, yo, they have history, and they left it at that. The commentators left it at that. Jim Ross, Excalibur, Tony Giovanni do an excellent job of shit like that. Right. So, but what they need to do is for the wrestlers, they like, yo, I know that it's cathartic to come out and say this shit, but say, like you said, save it for the ring. Yeah. Save it for the ring. I want you to do, if the first move you do out this motherfucker is a banned WWE move like a pile driver, do that. Because that's the other thing. AEW is for the smart fans. AEW is for the fans that know shit. We know all the banned moves in WWE. Bro, come out of the gate and pile drive the shit out of somebody through a table. And we'd be like, damn, he couldn't do that in WWE.
Bro, the main thing AEW needs to do is do what WWE is not doing. Y'all already got the TV 14 rating. Start leveraging and using, and they are, but leverage it and use it towards your own benefit and set yourself apart from them at the end of the day. Do whatever you can to set yourself apart from them. I've heard, and I heard it because from Conan on Keeping It 100 that TNA is actually Impact Wrestling. You kind of want to watch it. Because you know what?
Hey, bro.
They've been doing some good shit.
For real. I've been DVRing Impact every week, so it's a little bit of a bummer because they still have zero fans, right? They still have nobody else in the arena other than the two wrestlers and the ref, right? So that's the only difference, because you can watch AEW, they have people in the crowd. You can watch WWE now, even with the Thunderdome, they have this ambiance. They're piping in crowd noise, so that's the only thing holding them back. But Impact has been having some dope ass matches though. I kind of talked about it last episode, but Chris Bay and Willie Mack, and it's like a month and a half ago, they had a dope ass match for the X Division Championship. That was just like, yo, like Impact is really, so this is the thing too. Impact has gone under the radar. So if we really want to think about it, Impact is going on 17 years.
Yep. Longer than WCW?
Longer than WCW.
That's crazy if you think about it.
If you really think about it, they've been around longer than WCW.
I've written off Impact, and they are still here to this day.
Several times. They've changed. They've been on like 6 or 7 TV stations in 17 years, but now they're on Access TV. Shout out to Mark Cuban and Steve Harvey with the money bags for that shit. But they've flown under the radar as like a solid, sometimes number 2. I would say it was probably number 2 when AJ, Samoa Joe, and all them were around. But definitely number 3. They've been hovering around to, definitely top 4 for a long time. Right.
And I don't. Why is WWE gobbling up all this talent and not doing nothing with it? Like I don't.
Yes.
Why get all this talent?
Yes.
If you not going, that's like if the Lakers picked up Adonis from Milwaukee, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and you put them on the bench and you're not playing them. Like, yo, man, play these stars. Like, who I'm surprised is not, and I have a theory, but I'll get to that. But you know who I'm really surprised from TNA that didn't get the push that I thought he was going to get?
Yeah.
Bobby Roode.
Oh.
I don't know why this man ain't been put in. He may very well be a leader of Retribution or a member. I don't know.
He might be.
But Dude, he was the shit in TNA. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Like, y'all gobble up all this talent so they won't go elsewhere, but you won't use them. And then you say, I can't go on a third party and get myself. Then what the fuck you want? You just paying me what, to sit on my ass?
Right.
Like, come on, man.
which for a normal job would be fine.
Sure.
But when you're throwing yourself back on a big old solid piece of plywood, you have to keep doing that. You can't stop doing that shit. You got to build your back guy callus up. You can't stop doing that shit and then expect to go do that shit somewhere else. It don't work like that. You got to keep doing it. So, and that was a good point too, because a lot of people in the IWC were talking about, oh, well, it's just another WWE person. Like there was a flyer about this past week's Dynamite, and they were like, yo, it's all WWE people on it.
Yep.
And it's like, but at the same time, WWE has employed 75% of the wrestling industry and just let, 60 people go? Of course, AEW is going to bring in WWE folks and stuff like that. And I'll talk about this as well. So, going a little bit deeper dive into AEW, me being an AEW mark, I'll admit that. But what they've been doing, one of the things that people are kind of ignoring is that AEW was built on the back of Cody, Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, right?
Yep.
All of those guys have taken a back seat in order to put the rest of the company over. Sure. So to have a poster with none of them on it is actually indicator that they're doing the right thing.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because then it basically shows like, yo, they've gotten the company over without them being the faces.
That's true.
What's happening now, though? What's happening right now at AEW, though? So the Bucks are turning back heel. Kenny Omega is possibly turning heel. They basically took Hangman Page, who was like Young Bucks